So it's been 2 years since I made my associate's kind of recap video where I talked about my degree in computer information systems. From there, I was headed to my degree that I now have in computer science, and it didn't end up being in computer science, but we'll get there. Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Justin, and I hope you're doing well today. So this spring I actually was awarded my bachelor's. No, it's not in computer science, it's like concentrating in computer studies and immersive application development. But regardless, I love being able to go back and watch that video and kind of get this like quick recap of my experience and what I thought about each course. So I'm going to take a similar route in that video for this one, but this time I'm going to make it as quick as possible because the last one was so long. I talked for so long. So let's just jump into things, starting with the first semester at the college. So spring 2021, I was enrolled in 4 courses and withdrew from 1. So it was a real strong start to entering at this college, a real great start to the semester. I took a course called Web Systems Development, Conceptual Physics, Calc 1, and then this Ed Planning course that I had to take because we technically get to like build our degree at this college. Calculus is the one that I dropped. My teacher literally told me that she wasn't there to teach me, and I'm not good at math, so made that decision quick. Web Systems Development was alright. It was very dated. We had this content Bible. I'm not even joking. It literally had the word Bible in it, and it was so thick and outdated and pointless. So very modern course. Conceptual physics though was actually a banger. The professor for that like got into physics later in his career, so he was like actually passionate about the subject. In one call that we had, he was like, oh yeah, I have like one of those airplane, what do you call them? Airplane simulator. He had one of those in his house, so he was calling me while he was inside that. Cool dude, really cool. Fall 2021, I took 3 courses. So I had the second portion of the Ed Planning course that I had to take, and then I took Statistics and Game Design Development. So actually I wasn't technically supposed to take this course this semester. I had it planned out to take further down the line, but I actually was signed up for Human-Computer Interaction, and the structure of that course was a little heavier, so as I was still new to my job, I was like, no, let me try to strategize, plan out this semester as I want to, and Game Design Development seems fun, so let me try that course. I joined that course on the last day of ad drop, so I mean it was a permanent decision for me entering it. So I used to like try to build games when I was younger, and I used to use Scratch, and then I headed over to Unity and I went to Blender and used Python in there, like all this stuff, and then I kind of worked away from it. But entering this course, I was like, oh, I know how to program now, so I should be able to go into Unity again and make stuff. And I did, and ever since then I've been like back making the projects that used to make me so happy and what got me into things when I was a child. So I'm so happy that I took this course. Like seriously, it was the game changer for the rest of my degree. So the following semester, that spring, I took Data Communications and Networks and Social Professional Ethical Issues in Computing. Such a long name. The ethics course, love. I love talking about ethics. And this teacher, she was supposed to like not be good. And granted, she was strict. Like she kind of knocked me for a few things, but her and I actually had a ton of really great conversations, and she was such an attentive professor too. Like she would always hop in discussions. She was quick with grading, which is very rare for the college that I went to. So it made this course an absolute joy. I have no complaints. Data Communications and Networks, on the other hand, no. My professor was absent. He didn't help at all. There was no way to get good questions and answers out of him. The material was long but also dated. None of the pieces came together. This course left me more confused about networks than when I entered it. So that's great, and that's still where I stand. Summer 2022. My mental breakdown. Within this summer, I started as a computer science student and ended in my other major, in the computer studies one. I ended up taking machine learning and AI, which was a course that I actually built myself. I did have a really awesome professor who helped me along with this course, so it's not that I did it completely by myself. I just laugh at the idea that I technically did build this course myself, but nonetheless. So I kind of walked myself through basic machine learning models, working up to kind of going along with just a pre-made textbook and figuring things out as I went. The second course I took in this summer was discrete math. And I'm not saying that's the straw that broke the camel's back, but I did withdraw from that. It started strong. Yeah, that's where the switch happened. So now, going forward, I'm the Computer Studies and Immersive Application Development student, which is a degree that I did craft myself, and it's a degree that honestly makes more sense for the things that I'm interested in. That fall semester was actually the semester that I went to Korea, so I ended up having 2 courses that were full semester and then 2 courses that were half semester, and the half semester one started as soon as I came back from Korea. While I was in Korea, I started doing museum studies and history and theory of new media. History and theory of new media was kind of a cool course. We went over exactly what the title says, but also we use like Wikipedia to kind of like fuel more history and such. The Wikipedia part still does throw me a bit, I will not lie, but it was a cool concept, so I'll take it. Museum studies was really interesting, but I was disappointed at the overall structure. Also, professor, absent. I don't even think they like really graded, I'm not gonna lie. Like we got like flat grades with like hardly any feedback, so I'm like, well, if I'm missing points, you're not telling me where I'm missing them, and I'm constantly missing them, so I don't understand then. This just feels like you're going in, marking a grade and making sure it's not like hundreds, so that way people aren't like, are you... Anyway, the final project of this course I was really hoping was gonna be design your own museum, pick something you're interested in, curate that together. No, we all got handed the same prompt and then had to build off of that. Like, if you're a creative course, why can't we be creative? The 2 half-semester courses I took was digital storytelling and American music, American life. American music, American life, I loved. Listen, I took this whole lens on K-pop and it entering the whole Western scene, and it was so fun. The professor was so passionate, so we had a lot of discourse going back and forth, and I wrote just like a ton of essays, basically, that entire course on different people in K-pop and different situations in K-pop and how it's influenced here, all of that stuff. It was such a fun course. Digital storytelling, I was so excited for. I had all these ideas for kind of like doc series that I wanted to do, and yeah, that course sucked. Professor, also super absent. The curriculum laid out really didn't make a lot of sense at all, and since there was no feedback to the things I was doing, I had no like desire to want to do more. The first few videos I put out in that class, I spent a ton of time on them. I mean, I was going out trying to get all this different footage, really storyboarding, setting up all this stuff. By the end of the class, oh my god, the stuff I uploaded was so bad, I didn't even care. The last video I put was literally an iMovie slideshow, and I just recorded it on my Apple headphones. Like, I didn't care. Which brings us to the final semester. In my degree, I took information design, human-computer interaction, see it still came back, and immersive application development, my custom capstone. Information design and human-computer interaction were actually really similar, but basically my degree combined like portions of computer science with information technology and then like digital art. So I had to constantly kind of string those together and talk about how they'd work. The focus of my degree not only ended up on the application side of things, on how to build applications, which I already had focused on in my associates, but also it focused on how to build kind of like large-scale live experiences, that type sort of thing. So those 2 courses literally were just trying to play to both sides of information design for arts and museums and live play, and then human-computer interaction for app design and websites and all that. Immersive app development was my custom capstone. I built a live play educational framework that I built in Unity, and it connected to like Arduino pieces, basically emulating the structure of Scratch. In my mind, it would be more for museum visitors, but the children could go up to the exhibit, basically drop in different words in a sentence, and if they were correct, they'd see the reaction to whatever sentence they just built, and then there was a small scale game that they could play within those sentences. So if they did things in a proper order, you solved and you won the game type thing. Very horrible way to frame 4 months of work and like a 30-page paper and a massive application, but like that's fine. So yeah, that was my bachelor's portion in however many minutes this was, and yeah, now I moved on to my master's. And one question that I do really want to answer is, do I regret not getting the computer science degree? My overall answer is honestly no. Not only is it cool to me that I got to leave this college with a very unique degree, something that no one else from this college directly has, and I don't see that I still lost a lot of that deficit from not getting the computer science degree, but also overall just a like basic life thing. Yeah, I can look back at all the things that I'd want to change, but I can't change them, so why be bitter about it? I'm just gonna move forward. Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would get a college degree, period, so now that I have my bachelor's, why not be proud of it, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want any more details on any of the courses I took, or if you're running a similar kind of program and like want to share your insights, please do in the comment section below. I would love to read about it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!